want to tell our leaders, let us be honest in this discussion. And you cannot build a new Kenya on a foundation of deceit and on a foundation of shifting goalposts. You must be a leader who will stand and be counted by your word. Finally, referendum or no referendum, it is determined by the content. So why are you telling us on account of a BBI report and the contents of which do not require referendum? Why do you want to subject this nation into a 30 billion divisive exercise in the name of a referendum, yet the issues raised by the BBI report does not require does not require a referendum? Now the same characters are telling us, let the people decide. Yet again, if you hear the proposals they are looking for in the referendum, is that they want us to create a powerful prime minister who will be elected by members of parliament. Now you are telling us you cannot take the matter to parliament, and then you are telling us the chief executive of this republic should be the prime minister, a powerful prime minister elected by members of parliament. What kind of deceit is this that you are, and suckers that some of these characters are treating this nation? We cannot continue having leaders who speak from both sides of their mouth on issues of national interest. On my part as governor, we are excited with the increase of resources from 15% to 35% to 50%. We are very happy with the creation of a position of half or part of the cabinet to come from members of National Assembly and part of them from professionals outside. We hope that the same applies for us in the counties where we will have half of the CECs coming from the county assembly and half of them being professionals. We are also excited with the requirement that you have when the governor is of one gender, the deputy governor is of the other gender. For me, Nandi, I've already complied with that, and I think it makes a lot of sense. So really, this BBI is an excellent document that we need to implement. And let us also not lie to ourselves. You will never get 100% of what you need in any negotiated process. So you cannot have 100%. Even this document that we are seeking to amend right now, there was a 20% that was not exciting to every Kenyan. But we all agree that this is a compromise document. Let us move forward. I'm not particularly sure about its clear mandate, but when they came to Nandi, and on account of my previous working relationship with Amos Wako and Yusuf Haji, I appeared before the BBI. I gave my proposals, most of which were captured in this report. And I now want to tell the owners of BBI, and that is President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga, that it is your responsibility as the owners of BBI to ensure that the BBI is implemented. The BBI report is implemented. What we are being treated to is the usual suckers of leaders who have a rejectionist mind, rebellious, masters of deceit. How do you create a handshake? It gives birth to a BBI report, then you turn around and tell us that you are not supporting the BBI report. Yet this is your baby. And since we are responsible Kenyans, a lot of billions of money have been used in this BBI report. We have agreed, those of us who believe in value for money, we have agreed to carry the baby with us. And therefore the BBI report should now be tabled within Parliament. Let us dissect the BBI report. Any administrative measures that need to be done, Uhuru government, the Jubilee administration should undertake. Any policies and legislations that need to be processed, let us process them through the normal constitutional means. Let us strengthen institutions that have been highlighted by the BBI report that need strengthening. But we want to ask the political leaders in this republic that we are already exhibiting the lack of ethos, lack of honesty, and deceit by leadership. For you to come and reject a document that you participated, you spearheaded, you nominated experts in terms of law, which other expert are you going to look for beyond Amos Wako and Adams law? Who else? In terms of senior leaders in this republic, who else are you going to pick beyond Yusuf Haji, Major John Sei, and the various bishops who are in that committee? Which other experts are you looking for?
We want to say that we were told this BBI thing was about uniting the country, was about not dividing the country, and that is where we stand. We want to call our brothers, like the handshake where President Uhuru Kenyatta shook hands with Raila Odinga. We want that to continue, that peace should continue, and we should come out with a better method of dealing with this BBI report through the parliamentary process, and we move on. Unless Raila Odinga himself is telling us that he is also not happy with the BBI report. He feels that the position that he's been craving for of Prime Minister was not properly created. He is free to ask any member of the ODM team or to step down, then he runs for MP and asks President Uhuru Kenyatta to nominate him, and we shall vet him in Parliament and see whether we can pass him as a Prime Minister. But let us not go and disturb Kenyans. Our economy is at its lowest. We need to pull up together and bring the economy back to its feet so that we can have money for our youth, we can have money for our women, our children can go to better schools, and the economy generally is doing badly. So we don't need anything else that will pull us back. We need anything that will bring us together so that we may move forward as a country. The National Assembly of the Republic of Kenya, I'm a very happy man because though I was initially opposed and very skeptical and very suspicious of the contents that would come out of the BBI report, I am very happy that to report that I have read the 156-page document and I will reread it again. I am not among those who will be read for. I will read for myself, and so far I think I have not seen anything that warrants me to reject the report. I want to congratulate the task force that sat down, the BBI team, who had very many professional minds and very heavy legal minds, very bright people who were appointed by President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. And we want to say we congratulate them because they've come up with a report. What they did not capture, we shall ask that we will legislate in Parliament and see how to capture what they did not capture. What I would like to say about this is that we saw yesterday our brothers in ODM trying to behave as if they have reasons to disown a report that their own party leader launched with the party leader of Jubilee. We want to tell them that we heard them say that they want to take this country to a referendum. They want to take it to the people. This document, we were told, has come from the people. How do you take a document that has come from the people back to the people again? In fact, I have seen others in other circles saying that we need a committee of experts. I don't see any other expert who will come and give us anything new other than the expert who wrote this BBI report. And we want to tell our brothers in ODM, we are not scared of a referendum, but we just say a referendum is a divisive, very expensive method. And we would say, we will go for a referendum. Yes, there's no harm in going for a referendum. But first of all, let the government clear all pending bills. Let the government disburse all CDF money. Let all the money that is due to the counties be disbursed to the counties. Let us have enough extra revenue so that then we can be able to finance a referendum. But otherwise, I think we have more pressing matters as Kenyans other than to spend over another. We were told that the BBI costed us about 10 billion shillings. And this referendum will cost us maybe double that. And other than that, it will divide the country. So we want to tell ODM, please, let us reason. Let us act as leaders. Let us not try and whip up emotions, because we in Jubilee.
In fact, the Deputy President has diligently told everyone in this republic, read the BBI report, internalize the report, and let's implement the report in total. So, when I hear our people saying that, oh, he's coming in, he's saying he's opposed to it, nothing like that. So I want to stress this as a leader, that let every proposal of BI, about 9 proposals that are there, be looked into singly by each state department, by each institution. If it is Parliament, we look at it as members of Parliament, and we are representatives of the people. When I say, somebody said, I heard Raila saying, Parliament and members of Parliament should look at it, then why were we elected? I'm even perturbed and I'm worried, because if we were elected as members of Parliament and we cannot read it and we cannot deliberate a people's document, then the whole Parliament needs to be dissolved and they need to go home. And in fact, he doesn't understand democracy. I don't know what he understands, because we as members, we need to look at it. And we look at this because it came from our people. People from Nandi, talk in that proposal, and I represent them. People from Tinderet, people from Wazingishu, people from Kiambu talked, and we are their representatives. So the issue about BBI should be looking at it in totality, and let every government agency take its part in it. Otherwise, we are in total support and we are ready to implement BBI. The establishment and the government should also make sure that those proposals that require government policy, they be drafted and be given to the required government agencies. Issues such as agriculture, issues such as economy should be drafted and taken to the National Treasury. Issues or matters touching on national ethos, national values, national behavior, this one should be relooked at and be given to the necessary ministry so that the institutions concerned are able to deal with them immediately. Other proposals that are in the BBI are those touching on the constitution and institutions. And this one is very simple. Let the state and the concerned bodies take those ones either to the Attorney General's office, we draft a bill, let them be taken to Parliament if there is any need. Others that require action. In fact, the BBI has spelled out very clearly the need for national unity. Those particular issues that touches on the drafted bills, the AG and the drafters in the National Assembly, look at them, how they need to look into it, and then they'd be done. And then now we go back to issues concerning national unity. The leaders, the organizers of BBI, such as the Prime Minister, such as the President, such as the provincial administration, such as any other leader, what the BBI has stressed is to ensure that there is oneness, there is unity of purpose in the Republic. So I don't see why politicians are coming in. Like, for example, what the ODM members are saying, that we need to relook at it. How do you relook at it? Yet the proposals came from the people. The proposals was that the BBI people went to 47 counties. They met over 7,000 people. And they said these are the issues we have. So I don't understand when they say we need to go back to the people. Do we need to go back again and sign 1 million signatures? Then we start a referendum, which in itself, it is defeatist. First of all, our economy is in the knees. We are actually not having any money. We have youth unemployment. And the BBI has stressed very clearly that if we don't address the issues of youth unemployment, we need to tell all the concerned agencies what are they doing with the youth? What are they doing with the economy? So that those who are unemployed youth be dealt with. They be taken to the various ministries. And the BBI has stressed that. When I see politicians and leaders talking off the cuff on issues that do not even concern BBI, and they look as if the BBI is a matter of deputy president, it concerns me a lot.